Welcome to NFL News Update, where touchdowns meet headlines. Stay in the game with the freshest NFL updates. This is your quick dive into football fervor. As NFL enthusiasts gear up for Week 10, the weather forecast takes center stage, casting a shadow of uncertainty over fantasy football lineups. Weather conditions can play a pivotal role in the outcomes of games, affecting player performances and fantasy point tallies. In this article, we delve into the intricate relationship between NFL Week 10 and the elements, exploring how rain and wind might sway the fantasy landscape. Weather factors to consider. When raindrops start falling on the gridiron, it's not just about players getting wet. Rain profoundly influences the dynamics of the game, making ball handling challenging and altering the playing surface. Similarly, gusts of wind can wreak havoc on passing accuracy and significantly impact field goals and extra points. Understanding these factors is crucial for fantasy team managers aiming to make informed decisions. Historical examples. Looking back, we find instances where weather conditions reshaped the trajectory of NFL games. From snowstorms to torrential downpours, the past is rife with examples where the weather became an unexpected player on the field, changing the fortunes of fantasy teams. Examining these historical events provides valuable insights into potential outcomes in Week 10. Fantasy football strategy in bad weather. Navigating through adverse weather conditions requires a strategic approach. Fantasy team managers should consider adjusting their lineups based on the expected weather, favoring players with skill sets that thrive in challenging conditions. Additionally, staying vigilant for last-minute weather updates can be the key to gaining a competitive edge. Players to watch. Certain players are more susceptible to weather-related challenges. Quarterbacks heavily reliant on precision passing may struggle in windy conditions, while running backs could benefit from slippery field conditions. Analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of key players in the context of the forecast becomes essential for fantasy success. Game-specific weather forecasts. Breaking down the weather forecast for specific games in Week 10, we uncover potential fantasy game changers, from outdoor stadiums facing heavy rain to coastal venues battling strong winds. Each game presents a unique set of challenges that fantasy managers need to consider when making lineup decisions. Impact on betting odds. Weather forecasts don't just influence fantasy football, they also sway betting odds. Savvy bettors can capitalize on this by aligning their wagers with anticipated weather conditions. Understanding how the forecast impacts the betting landscape adds an intriguing layer to the NFL Week 10 narrative. Coach and player perspectives. Coaches and players are well aware of the weather's influence on the game. Insights from their perspectives provide valuable context, offering a glimpse into how teams might adjust their strategies based on the forecast. Whether it's a run-heavy game plan or a focus on short passes, weather considerations play a role in shaping tactics. Fan reactions and social media buzz. The anticipation of adverse weather conditions sparks a flurry of reactions from fans across social media platforms. Memes, predictions, and real-time commentary contribute to the social media buzz surrounding NFL Week 10. Exploring how the fan base engages with weather-related discussions adds a dynamic element to the overall NFL experience. Fantasy football community insights. Delving into fantasy football forums and communities reveals a diverse range of opinions and strategies. From risk-takers willing to roll the dice on high-ceiling players to conservative managers opting for a safer lineup, the community adapts its approach based on the perceived impact of weather on player performances. Post-game analysis. After the dust settles and the games conclude, a thorough post-game analysis is in order. Did the weather forecast hold true? How did players perform under the anticipated conditions? Reflecting on these questions provides valuable lessons for future fantasy football endeavors and enhances our understanding of the intersection between weather and sports. The future of weather in football. Looking ahead, climate change introduces an additional layer of complexity to the relationship between weather and football. As weather patterns evolve, the NFL may need to consider adaptations to ensure the safety and fairness of the game. From stadium designs to scheduling adjustments, the future of football is inevitably intertwined with the changing climate. In the ever-evolving landscape of fantasy football, weather considerations stand as a formidable factor that can't be overlooked. As we navigate NFL Week 10, understanding the nuances of rain, wind, and other meteorological elements adds an extra dimension to the excitement. Fantasy team managers, bettors, and fans alike are reminded that the weather, much like any unpredictable opponent, can shape the narrative of the game. Shell often do weather conditions significantly impact NFL games. Asterisk weather can be a substantial factor in several games throughout the season, especially in outdoor stadiums or regions prone to inclement weather. 2. Are certain positions more affected by bad weather in fantasy football? Asterisk yes. Quarterbacks and kickers, who rely on precision and accuracy, may be more affected by adverse weather conditions. 3. Do teams alter their strategies based on weather forecasts? Asterisk coaches often adjust their game plans to accommodate the weather, emphasizing certain plays or positions that can exploit the conditions.